To all the rappers out there or anyone who pretty much came from a rough background where they were getting it in with certain types of street activities before they made it big, please do yourselves a favor, man. Watch what you say on camera. In this day and age, I grew up, this is way before social media ever, existed. I grew up in the days of, before MySpace was even created. I grew up before, I don't even know if y'all remember Skonex, you feel me? Like, I grew up when people ain't walk around with cell phones, and back in the day when you had to call someone's crib, yo, could I speak to John? You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, before all this social stuff. But even back then, my pops used to always tell me, like, yo, Mike, like, be careful because someone is always watching. You know what I'm saying? And he was honestly right about that. And now, more so today than ever. So pretty much I'm talking about this Casanova VladTV situation because, as y'all know by now, I used to work for VladTV myself. Reports have surfaced that some of Casanova's interviews with VladTV have been used as evidence to indict him on RICO charges, and he might be in a lot of trouble with that because, you got yourself pretty much giving out a confession in the form of an interview about things you did. They were talking about, in the paperwork that got released, talking about how he confessed to stabbing people when he was incarcerated on certain other charges. And he did say, I just watched the interview, the clip of it again, he did say that he called them tickets. I've never been like locked up like that, so I don't know what the whole terminology is, but he said that he got 3 tickets. I'm guessing it means he got caught for cutting 3 dudes. And then he maybe cut about 12 total. Now with that clip, I gotta say, it looks to me like Vlad finessed and swindled the title to say the word stab, which is a lot stronger than cut, because there's a difference when you cut someone versus stabbing them. That's a different type of thing. And Casanova said he cut people. He said he ain't stabbed nobody. So I just want to clarify that. But regardless of the fact, he's on camera talking about wild situations that he was in and things he did, man. It's really unfortunate, that nowadays things that we put out to the public that we think like, yo, we just gonna put this out, we really forget that literally anyone could watch that. So I don't even personally know if there's like paperwork that Vlad has to sign where it's like, yo, I give you guys permission to use my footage. You know what I'm saying? Vlad's footage is on YouTube, which is a public platform that anyone can view. So therefore, if you're going to put it out publicly like that without having some type of a privacy setting like Instagram, your profile's private, then I would imagine that the feds investigating someone could just use this publicly displayed piece of media to strengthen their case, without even getting a written consent from Vlad. Sue Surf, shout out to him. When he was on Vlad, he called him out for, getting people indicted. Something with this that'll be interesting to see if it seems like it's obviously confirmed. I don't know if there's any other media outlet that Casanova was talking about cutting people in jail except for VladTV. And let's be real, me working for Vlad is all about the drama. If you go into an interview with like questions about their career, talking about their musical tracks and production this and how you produce this and what's your writing process like and how long does it take you to formulate, like stuff to actually show their artistry. If that's all you're going to ask, Vlad's dubbing you on the interview. Unless you have some drama questions about, yo, so what's the time when you snuffed homie in the face? How about when you robbed that old lady? How about when you shot that person? You know what I'm saying? Unless you have some drama, Vlad ain't going to let the interview fly. And if he does, if it's like maybe not like too big of a name, he's not going to bring that person back. Vlad's all about the drama. I talked about the honest thing in my past VladTV video where I went into an interview with them one time and I just had, questions about their music, their career, stuff like that to help boost them. And he just sent me mad questions about mad beef and old drama, old beef with 50 Cent, stuff that's died. And what he was trying to do was recreate a moment where Charlamagne had just got, not physically, but he got into like a heated argument with Fredro Starr like a week or two prior on Power 105. So Vlad was literally trying to copycat Charlamagne getting into beef with Fredro, instead this time have me get into beef with him during the interview. But like in the interview, it got tense to the point where like he and I were like about to shake for a second, for real, and Sticky Fingers was there obviously, so I'm about to shake with two dudes. It's like, oh, my man, what are you doing? You feel me? I had to calm it down, but that's how Vlad is. Like, unless you go into the situation with drama as the focal point, it's a dub. Look at all the drama videos he posts, for all the clips. He'll have like 30 clips from it. I don't got corona. 30 clips from an interview. 29 of them will be drama, and then there'll be one last clip that's like talking about their actual career, their music, their movie, their TV show. You know what I'm saying? Stand-up comedy, whatever it is. And the thing is, it's like coming from, you know, you grow up in New York, you grow up in Chicago, you grow up wherever, you grow up anywhere in the world. Honestly, everywhere got certain spots that has static. You know what I'm saying? You grow up and you personally choose to engage in certain activities, you're gonna have stories. So when there's a camera in front of you, you're gonna kind of want to talk about that story. Like, yo, I wanna talk about how tough this was. Y'all, 20 people was in front of me and I didn't run. I threw hands and I didn't even get dropped. You feel me? Like, you want to talk about that. I have stories. Everyone in the world has stories from the wild days of their youth. But you have to remember, man, in this day and age, again, when it comes to these cameras, yo, it's better off if you really was living that life. You don't got to talk about it. You don't got to, you know, reach to have people see and get validation. Shout out to J Murder, yo, battle rapper from Brooklyn, super fire. Check him out if you don't know who he is. But he has this part of his slogan that goes something about like, shout out to the dudes who actually live what they rap about and don't got to swear that the shit is true. And that's facts. If you really live that, don't talk about it, yo. Don't talk about it. The days where you get in the fights, somebody gets, whatever situation happens, tools get pulled out, whatever, people put in work, and you brag about it and joke about it with your boys, with the people who in the streets and the trenches with you, those days have kind of passed in a sense, because nowadays those days is about how many people are going to like what I just got involved in on social media. You literally will go on Instagram and honestly, I've seen homies that I know filming videos of them jumping dudes, fighting, bro. Like, it makes no sense. And I be watching, I hit him like, my man, what are you doing? Like, take that off. You wildin', and you know you a part of XYZ set. You a part of an affiliation, a color, whatever. Like, what are you doing, bro? Keep your activity off camera, yo. And if this really is Vlad, this is something I want to point out. It's already kind of been confirmed that Vlad's footage about Casanova, you're talking about, you know, cutting inmates and stuff like that, has been used as a part of a piece of evidence to indict him. But if even more comes out about, you know, Vlad's interview footage being used to indict this and this, or let's say someone else that, you know, confessed in a sense in interviews with Vlad to crimes they committed in the past they never got caught for, if they get arrested and it gets pinpointed like, yo, because of Vlad, it'll be a very, very telling moment, and a very, just a telling moment in a way to really see into Vlad's character. Now, granted, even if he does this, it's not going to be really seeing into his character, because his money's going to be affected, and that's really the only way that Vlad, you know, changes his ways. But it'll be interesting to see if Vlad, not cooperating with the police on paper, actually comes to understand, yo, my footage is getting this dude locked up, someone else just got locked up, someone else could get locked up, or if it's just Casanova, I don't want no one else to get locked up. So let's see if Vlad takes responsibility upon himself and deletes a lot of his old incriminating interview footage from, he can't necessarily do it with Casanova now, because it's known that it's evidence, and if he does that, it's like tampering with evidence. But let's see if Vlad takes it upon himself to delete other potential evidence that could get other people indicted. Let's see.